minutes away from our opening bell. 15 minutes.
Hello everybody, a very good evening and welcome back to Doha. Day 5 of the Championships quarterfinals, very much in full swing. We know the semi-finalists in half of the 10 weight divisions, and Cuba have a position in 4 of the 5 of those weight categories so far. Tonight it's the fly, lightweight, welter, heavy and light heavy and super heavyweight boys who are in action. Team GB have got 4 of their squad in action tonight as well. We'll bring you commentary live on each and every one of those events. But the championships so far have been dominated by the Cubans and some strong teams from Kazakhstan and indeed from Uzbekistan as well. Eastern Europe is strong and proud once again as we take a look back on some of the highlights from earlier on. And David Price, who's been to World Championships, Olympic Games in his time under the amateur code, and now a professional, of course. And David, today was all about the Cubans. They 4 semi-finalists already from the 5 that they had entered this afternoon. Actually, it could have been 5 out of 5. Cruz probably a bit unlucky not to get the decision against Asano, as we see there.
I thought he was really unlucky not to get that decision. Alex, I thought he boxed brilliantly behind the jab, and I think he could have won the fight alone on his jab. It was that convincing for me, but like we said earlier, judging is so individual to each person's preferences, and the judges at ringside thought otherwise, so you've got to respect that.
That's in the bantamweight division, where Michael Conlon was one of the stars of today. He completely outsmarted, outthought his opponent, and alongside the other Michael O'Reilly, Ireland have got 2 semi-finalists as well. What a day for them.
Yeah, it's superb. Michael O'Reilly coming through a bout which could have gone either way, but he beat the reigning world champion, which is a massive result for him, and he'll be going forward with high hopes of winning the gold medal, so that was a great victory for him.
And the atmosphere was excellent earlier on today as well, with the Irish in the house, and Team GB and their friends and family will be supporting later on tonight as well. There's the Tai Masuk, one of the highly rated, highly seeded boxers in his particular division. He's already through to a final as well. He got the better of Danielito Zarrillo in that men's light welter contest, and there's a couple of really interesting matchups. That Jimenez Zarov, the Uzbek, up against Masuk. That's a real clash of styles. And what about Melikuziev against O'Reilly at middleweight?
Yeah, another clash of styles. Melikuziev is obviously freakishly strong for the weight and for his age, because he's a really young fighter. So O'Reilly's going to be trying to spoil, move his feet, and I think O'Reilly can frustrate Melikuziev in that one, and it's not a foregone conclusion, although Melikuziev has been something of a standout so far at the tournament.
Only 19 as well. More youngsters in action. There's Muhammad Ali warming up. One of 4 for Team GB tonight. Ali, Joe Cordina, Joshua Kelly, and indeed Big Joe Joyce later on tonight in the super heavyweight division. Medals up for grabs. Not a guaranteed medal if you necessarily get to the semi-finals. 1 or 2 of these do have bronze box-offs for the first time in a world championship. It gets harder and harder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is becoming more difficult at this level of tournament, and as if things aren't difficult enough, like, you know, the competition here is fantastic, and the standard of boxing, again, it seems to be getting better with each issue of the World Championships, and this is fantastic. So the fact that you're having to have a box off as well after the bronze medal to see if you can qualify is it's making it even more difficult.
What a terrific moment for Ali there. You can see not only he's got his friends and family supporting him. Amir Khan was in town today, and we had Manny Pacquiao just a few days ago. Amir Khan, he spoke to the crowd earlier, and he was interviewed in the ring and getting to meet members of Team GB, and he mentioned Ali as one of the boxers he was looking forward to seeing tonight.
Yeah, Ali comes from the same club which Umia started in Bury, so that's fantastic to see. And you know, you can even see the Uzbekistan team are wanting pictures with Umia, who's a real star in boxing, and it was good to hear him talk about his experiences at this type of tournament. I shared a few tournaments with him here, and he really took the boxing world by storm when he burst onto the scene. He really was a phenomenon.
There's Joe Cordina over on the far side, already a big medal for him in the Europeans this year. And Amir Khan, the inspiration for Ali, who'll be second on the bill for us tonight after Fissy versus Jimenez, the Costa Rican. That's going to be our first bout up. We've got flyweight action, lightweight action, welterweight action, light heavy, and indeed super heavy. And that super heavyweight division looks absolutely wide open. I think just about any of them could win that Euro division. It does look up for grabs, that gold medal. Yeah,
it's there for the taking for anyone who wants to go and grab it. That's how I feel about it. I seen Erovic last night, the Croatian who I'd heard a lot about, and he's a good boxer. You've got Joyce, who for me has a great chance of winning the gold medal, but also you've got the Uzbekistan boxer Jalilov, who's a tall, good mover, good southpaw. Zichko, the Kazakhstan boxer. There's a bit of talent in there, but nothing stood out completely, so it's there for the taking.
And Amir Khan interviewed earlier on here. He's been a special guest. People have put two and two together. Pacquiao and Khan in town within days of each other, that maybe they're going to meet sometime soon.
Well, that would be a treat, wouldn't it? And you know, if you judging by what Pacquiao said a couple of days ago, he is interested in competing against Amir Khan, and that'll be music to Amir's ears. He's been looking for that big fight for a long time, so hopefully it'll come off.
Well, we're about to explode into action with the first of our bouts coming up this evening. Action as ever going on simultaneously. This is the last night we'll have two rings in operation. From tomorrow, semi-final stage, one ring, full commentary, live coverage on all the bouts from that particular central position. But first up, over in ring A, Vietia, the Cuban against Seba Avila. And here we go with our first bout. From the bottom of the draw, the bottom half of the draw at 52 kg.
In the red corner, representing Algeria, Fissy
Mohamed Fissy, the number 3 seed from Algeria, with huge support, very popular man around these parts, and the 25-year-old making his way to the ring. And he's up against the Costa Rican representative at these championships, David Jimenez. Fissy against Jimenez then for you. First up, this is a interesting test for Fissy. Got a bye through to the first round. He overcame pretty tough Armenian Sogamonian in the previous round. I think that was a good test for him. That'll have put him absolutely spot on for this quarter-final. Up against Jimenez, who's a southpaw and a veteran over 120 bouts. He's quite aggressive, Jimenez. I think we saw him earlier on in the competition, David.
Yeah, we were impressed with his aggression.
Okay.
Fissy from that Algerian team, who seem to have brought many strong boxers with good rankings and good seedings, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, different sort of style here. More stand-up boxer, Fissy in the red, with the skills and the pedigree and the experience of World Championships as well. Good run 2 years ago.
That was a great right hand from Fissy off the long left hook.
Yeah, he's a good boxer, Fissy. That was a really fast, sharp combination. And we're used to seeing Jimenez on the front foot. He's already been powered backwards.
Yeah, it's impressive from Fissy because he's commanded the centre of the ring and put the shorter boxer on the back foot, and he's landing some quality jabs.
Fissy, the taller, rangier of the pair, also slightly older at 25. He's a couple of years older than Jimenez.
It's a good start by Fissy.
Puts his shots together well, doesn't he?
He does. Good right hand to the body, so he's set his stall out straight away. He wants to be the dominant force in this one. He's not giving Jimenez a chance to lead off with his own shots so far.
Halfway through the first round, he's already been to a couple of World Championships, Fissy. Only as far as the first round 4 years ago, but all the way to the final in 2013 when he garnered a silver medal, looking to go one better this time around. Now, this is the attitude and the approach we're used to seeing from Jimenez. He's quite aggressive, throws a lot of punches.
Yeah, he wants to back Fissy up to the ropes, and that's what he's just tried to do. But Fissy looks strong for this weight.
It's a good matchup as well. Jimenez ranked 5 in the world. Fissy, the number 3 seed coming into this.
Jimenez just fell over his front foot a little bit on the way in there. He needs to get his feet in first before letting the shot go, because Fissy is pretty fleet-footed and will move away quickly. So Jimenez will just want to sharpen his feet up before letting his shots go.
Big punches from the pair of them.
Better from Jimenez in that mini exchange.
There's an unusually quiet start from Jimenez. And a better finish from him, but most of the scoring punches early on coming from Fissy.
Yeah. He could have done with starting a little bit quicker there, Jimenez.
Slightly mixed response on the scorecards, but 2-1 to Fissy.
That was that straight right hand off the long left hook, which landed from Fissy. That's a nice combination to throw. Just open the opponent's guard up. See it again.
Yeah, you see some of the success at the very end of the round for Jimenez. Into the second round then. Tall Algerian Mohamed Fissy in the round of the lower weight. He's progressed through the ranks and up here from light fly to fly. He looks strong as well.
He does look strong, and he's trying to lead off a little bit more and beat Fissy to the punch. Get him on the back foot in the first round. Fissy seemed to be first the majority of the time. Now Jimenez looking to replicate that himself.
Provided he's not sort of caught eye-catchingly on the way in, Jimenez does have a sort of style that maybe the judges will be drawn to.
He does. It's just that Fissy has got long arms, which are difficult for Jimenez to get under.
Jimenez trying to drag Fissy into a scrap.
Yeah, and he is, because Fissy's losing his shape a little bit. He's swinging wildly there. I wouldn't expect to see that at this level of the competition.
Head up, head up.
Just over a minute to go. Fissy got the silver medal the world champions 2 years ago. It was bronze for Jimenez. They've been on a similar journey previously and a similar path again now.
Stop, stop, stop.
This is a better round for Jimenez in my book. A minute to go. Yeah, good left hook from Jimenez, but Fissy landed the jab of his own, so it depends which boxer the
He just doesn't want to be denied.
yeah. Referee warning both boxers for slapping there again. It just goes to show how scrappy it's become, but when there's so much on the line, boxers can become a little bit desperate.
There goes the bell. A better round it looked like for Jimenez than that one. How did the judges score it? All level on one card. Fissy's bagged the votes of the other two judges.
I thought that was a better round for Jimenez. Fissy dominated round one, but Jimenez done the majority of the clear work and put the pressure on. But it is a little bit scrappy, it's getting a little bit ragged in there.
All that effort from the
It's literally like a brawl at times. Both boxers just swinging wildly.
yeah, he was launching his whole body into that left hook, Jimenez. He needs to find a bit of space there. Nice right hand.
This is starting to use his boxing brain a little bit more now, move his feet instead of standing and exchanging with the smaller, stronger man.
Nice skills.
Straight left from Jimenez. Really is wide open. When both boxers are exchanging wild swings, it's a matter of a lottery really, which one lands.
Oh, there's a big left hand from Jimenez. Plenty of noise coming from the Algerians on the far side of the ring. Fissy continually backed up against the ropes, but Jimenez not always landing when he gets him there.
Fissy's making it difficult for Jimenez. As I said, those arms are long and they're all over Jimenez as he advances, and it's difficult to get past him.
He's relentless, the Costa Rican, isn't he? Absolutely relentless.
Body shot there from Jimenez. But the referee has already told boxers to stop. It still will have had an effect on Fissy.
Someone's gum shield has come out onto one of the judges' tables ringside. And the referee in there from Belarus, Sirhai Asanau. We've heard that name already today.
I wonder if he's any relation
to Dmitry Asanau, the Belarusian who got a contentious decision over the Cuban earlier on this afternoon.
There's been much technique on show in this contest.
No, I mean, Fissy tried to, and Jimenez is trying to stop him.
Jimenez has drawn him into this scrap, if you like.
He's just marauding the Costa Rican. He put in a great effort. And quality coming from Fissy. And the final round was an exhausting, scrappy affair.
Plenty of output from both boxers. I'd like to see the punch count for that one. Hundreds of punches thrown from each boxer.
There's a big left hook there from Jimenez. There's another one. He ducked under that quite nicely, but whether it's enough for him, he was behind on the scorecards. Shake of the head from Jimenez, but I don't think it's a massive surprise that Fissy gets the decision. I think he was just a little better, and maybe the cleaner work coming from the Algerian. So a popular result as the very popular Mohamed Fissy scores. Only 1 point in it on all 3 of the judges' scorecards. It was pretty tight.
Yeah, and it was tough to score again, like we've seen so many times. So many punches thrown at this smaller weight category, and a lot of them miss, a lot of them scuff, slaps or sometimes, and the clean shots sometimes are few and far between because not many punches are being thrown.
So Fissy in a semi-final. In the other ring, Vetia, the #1 seed from Cuba, also in the semi-finals. 2 more semi-final slots are up for grabs. In the other ring, Jingwan Hu and Ozas Satabayev, the Kazakh. They will be taking to the stage very shortly. They're on the way to the ring. Meanwhile, here we go with our next bout.
Representing Great Britain, Muhammad Ali.
Britain's young talent, Muhammad Ali, has made his way through the youth ranks, both in Europe and on the world stage, progressing to the seniors and national level back home. An excellent run in the European Championships, and the 19-year-old from Bury now finds himself on the cusp of a semi-final slot. He's made giant strides in a short space of time.
Yeah, precocious talent, Muhammad Ali from Bury, a little bit like Amir Khan all them years ago, coming through at 17, so very mature for his age. He knows what's at stake, you can see. He's nervous, but he's going to turn them nerves into something positive because he's done this before, he can do it again.
And his friends and family are just yards away from us here ringside. What a moment for them as well.
Yeah, you can see the tension in his father just sitting next to us. He's very nervous, more so than his own son who's actually in the ring.
Well, Elvin Mamada, the Azeri boxer who's in the way this evening, he's a real little powerhouse. He's much, much shorter, but he is bull-like in strength. Punches right through the target, and this is an interesting matchup, both physically and tactically, between the pair of them.
Yeah, we've seen Ali put the pressure on Picardi a couple of nights ago, but we also seen that he's got a good jab, and that's what we want to see him use tonight.
Yeah, his jab was excellent through the first round in his previous bout. He didn't actually get that on the scorecards, and then he just turned it into an aggressive battle, and ironically, that was what worked for him. That's what won him the contest. This is an excellent jab from the British boxer.
Punches up, Blue. Punches up.
Ali walking Mamada down.
Yeah, he is so far, and like we've said, he puts an imposing figure for a flyweight. Ali, he's really tall.
Just as in the previous contest where Jimenez, a really aggressive fighter, came out quite quietly. It's the same from Mamada. I don't think it'll last.
No, we'll soon step on the gas and try and cut the ring down and land his own shots. But that's what I was also looking for at this point, is the counter punch as Ali is advancing.
Yeah, he landed with one sort of right hand over the shoulder. The other two missed. Mamada. Nice jab. And again, and Ali looking to land his shots, then get out of distance. He's managing to do that through this first minute or so.
Yeah, good footwork to step away from the counter.
I just fancy there's going to be a few different chapters to this individual story.
Yeah, Ali just needs to stick to what he's doing. Doesn't really need to do much more. Doesn't want to get involved in any type of brawl with Mamada, because then he'd be fighting his opponent's fight.
Mamada, the older man as well by 4 years. In fact, he turns 24 in December. Ali, oh, he's got a cut. Cut over the left eye. And he shakes his head and real frustration.
He just needs to keep his cool and not worry about that. Just stick to his boxing, because what he was doing was working.
Absolutely, he'll be happy if the contest is allowed to develop along the same lines as the first minute. Did the referee just indicate a punch? And as ever, they've got cuts person in up on the ring apron these days to be able to attend to it. And so far, fingers crossed, touch wood, we've not seen any sort of cut get out of control yet in the bouts we've had. And here we are, already through to, how many bouts have we had? 180 odd so far.
Yeah, let's hope it continues that way, where we don't see a contest stopped because of a cut.
Here we go then, we resume.
Your head up, okay? Step up. Box.
It looks as though it was a clash of heads, given the referee's warning to both. Then
There's Ali back on the jab. In and out of distance. And that sort of circling at the moment round clockwise. That'll work for him.
yeah, that jab is working well. He's just landed it again, and a good right hand there. So he seems to have Mamada under control.
Yeah, that was a lovely short right hand. It was almost like a sort of hook come uppercut he threw from a tiny distance, and it landed.
Head up, you. Your head up.
Inside the final 30. I think Ali appears to be in control, and I think that's how it would probably appear to the judges as well.
Yeah, I thought so. Good shot again from Ali. While Mamada was on the ropes, right hand got through.
Well, many people thought Ali was unlucky not to get the decision in his European final. He eventually ended up with a silver. So nearly could have been gold, that. And I think that was a bright start from him. But the judges preferred the work of Mamada. That's a little bit of a surprise. He was on the back foot throughout. Ali's jab seemed to be working.
Yeah, he seemed to have the rounds under control then, Ali, for me, and had Mamada on the back foot. I was expecting Mamada to come out all guns blazing. I think he's a little bit wary of Ali.
Well, he's been given that on the scorecard, so he's off and running. Ali again coming forward. We talked about sort of boxing on the back foot.
Watch your
That's a
head.
good combination from Mamada.
Yeah, good way from Mamada. He may have taken Ali a little bit by surprise with this tactical decision, Mamada. I mean, we expected him to be on the front foot. I'm sure, good shot or good counter right hand. I'm sure the Great Britain team probably thought the same.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot, fast counter right hand from Mamada. He missed by a mile with that one. Now he has to pretty much box like he did in the first round.
Good combination from Ali, and 1-2 and a left hook, and all three seem to land. Starting to get the shots off better now. He's finding his range a little bit more.
There's a right hand from Mamada, but yeah, the jab is working perfectly for Ali.
Head up.
He was in, out, avoided a punch, back in and scored again.
Stop. 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 Box. Your head up. Box.
Good jab again as Mamada was coming in. Met him with that jab.
By and large, Mamada has just sort of landed with the odd punch here and there. The sort of concerted pressure and the jab has been the story of the, I think, the bout so far from Ali.
He's making the fight, Ali. Mamada, for all his endeavour to counter, it isn't coming off. He's not landing the clean shots. Ali seems to be doing the cleaner work for me.
Just a smear of blood coming from the eye again, and they're going to take a look at it. I think it's fine. Just a slight blemish of the blood coming from off the cut again.
You can see it's bothering Ali, though. We need to try and forget about it. Concentrate on doing what he's doing.
Injury.
The fight's over.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Such a shame that the bout has had to end in that way. I thought the cut had looked manageable. Remember Conlon's in the Commonwealth Games last season, where there was a deep gash. It was opened by some significant way.
Bitterly disappointing. Ali.
Yeah, you can see it on his face. And the fight not given an opportunity to get going. So what, a round and a half completed. Mamada with a better start in the scorecards in the first round. And we await confirmation. Form's been filled in ringside, boxes being ticked, and still the action goes on in the other ring over on the far side between Jing Jiang-Q and Oljas Satabayev, the Kazakh boxer.
The winner in Ring B by way of technical knockout with injury, representing Azerbaijan, Elvin Mamada.
So disappointing, so frustrating for Ali, who we thought had won the first round, picked up a cut along the way, and in the end the bout stopped halfway through the second round. So Lady Luck definitely smiling on Elvin Mamada, and he will progress to the semi-finals on the back of that result.
That is the frustrating thing for Ali, but he can take stock from the fact that he was doing everything he needed to do to win that contest, and it was just pure bad luck with seeing him eliminated from the tournament, and he seems heartbroken, but he'll have another chance.
He's only 19. plenty more to come from him. He's made the transition from youth to senior level in a very short space of time, and that's just the rub of the green not going his way at all. We're not absolutely ringside, we're a little way removed further back, the sort of first row seating you can possibly get to, so you can't quite see the cut as closely as the referee or the doctors. It certainly wasn't streaming with blood though.
No, a couple of fights ago, here's me saying that there hasn't been a contest stopped because of a cut. I think we may have jinxed them.
So that's a frustration. Announcement of a result over in the far corner. China have a semi-finalist. Jing Guan Hu has beaten Satabayev, and that is a terrific result for Hu, who has upset the odds to an extent. Satabayev just outside the top 10, Hu outside the top 30, and yet he is through to a semi-final against Vetia. So a bit of drama in the men's fly. Vetia versus Hu, and Fissy versus Mamada is the semi-final lineup, and the first disappointment for the Brits this evening. How do you see Fissy against Mamada going there, David? Fissy's good boxing, can he keep Mamada off him?
Fissy throws plenty. Technically, I don't think he's the best. Mamada could do a better job of what Jimenez done. I think you'd have to go with Mamada as being the favourite in that one. I think he could use more educated pressure from the word go than Jimenez did, and just seeing Mamada there, I think that was the clash of heads then.
Such a shame, such a good start. I know he didn't get it on the cards. Ali, we thought he'd won that first round, but in the end, it doesn't matter. And he was deemed unable to continue because of that cut. And the powerful Mamada is into a semi-final. So we move on then to the lightweight division, one of the most attractive at these championships. And making his ring entrance, a real star of the elite senior game, the Azeri Albert Salamov. Such a long and established history in these championships. Just about the only man to beat Vasil Lomachenko in this code.
I had the pleasure of watching that fight in Chicago. Alex Lomachenko cried out of the ring, heartbroken. I think it was one of his only defeats, if not the only defeat, but that was when Salamov was representing Russia, and now he's with Azerbaijan.
Yeah, different country, same guy, same great pedigree, and Salamov, the number 3 seed, up against Umia. It's been a real surprise of the tournament, the Frenchman, Sofiane Umia. He beat Cabrera in the last round, Dimitrov of Bulgaria in the previous round as well. And he's got a really interesting style. He's quite loose, languid, he moves around the ring well. Get a chance to see him shortly, but this is going to be a slight clash in styles.
Head up, no low blow, no holding, no control. Shake the hands.
I think Umia has been one of the surprises of the tournament so far. He showed in previous bouts he can sort of dig in as well when he has to. We saw that against Cabrera in the previous round. He's got good skills, but I think he's got a bit of heart there too.
Yeah, he's got substance as well, and he just started this one straight away, landing a right hand on Salamov, letting Salamov know he's here to do a job. I was impressed with Umia the first night.
Salamov, the established southpaw with great experience.
Salamov had the computer style scoring off to a T back when I was an amateur, and I'm just interested to see if he's altered anything with the new manual scoring system.
He won that World Championships in 07 when he beat Lomachenko in Chicago, and then bronze medalist in the 2011 renewal. Things are slightly downhill with just a round one defeat subsequently. Here he is back in a World Championships looking to do it again. I think there's a slight nick over Salamov's right eye.
The heads did come together just before.
A good year so far for Umia, winning 3 of the 5 tournaments he's taken place in, and already having won the 2 bouts required to get him to this stage.
It's definitely a cut there.
Yeah, it's getting worse. That you see just starting to stream down the side of his face now.
So this was another one that's difficult to score, although Salamov in the last 30 seconds or so did start to find his range with that left hand and the right hook. It was better again from Salamov.
Umia trying to come back with a counter with the right hand. Inside the closing seconds. Does every boxer have a blue and a red kit ready to use?
Yeah, they'll probably have one of 2 of each. Alex have to wear the red kit if you're in the red corner, and blue likewise in the blue corner. So yeah, one of each at least.
A couple of big left hands there from Salamov.
Salamov's timing was impeccable then.
Yeah, he warmed up. Interesting tactical contest between the pair of them, and you fancy Salamov was just winning the battle of minds as well as wits. Judges think so. The Azeri Salamov in front on all 3 scorecards. Not much landed in that exchange, but Salamov quite fast with the right hook, and the left hand was working well for him towards the end of that bout, of that first round. Again, the left hand working for Salamov.
Umia come out with real purpose in this round, though, wasn't he, Alex? He's sharpened his punches right up.
Yeah, he's having more success, but he's having to take risks to get that.
Yeah, there you go. That was a good left hand. Oh, great shots by Salamov.
Yeah. I just wonder if he'd hurt Umia with a couple of those shots.
Yeah, just as you were saying about taking the risks, and he was paying the price for taking them risks.
Another left hand just landed sort of almost like a corkscrew uppercut from Salamov. Credit Umia. This is what we've seen already in the championship from him. He knows how to dig in and try and chisel out a result, find a way to win.
Certainly does, but Salamov is not your average Joe. He's achieved a lot. With that experience, he knows how to make you pay if you make a mistake.
He's already qualified for Rio as well, Salamov. So no matter what happens, top 3 will get you to the Olympic Games in this World Championships. Gold, silver or bronze. He's in it for the win. He's already going to Rio.
Right hook there from Salamov off the ropes. That's a sign of how good he is as a back foot boxer as well.
Back comes Umia. He won't be beaten for effort, that's for sure.
Umia working the body as well, doing everything he can to give himself an opportunity to salvage something from this round. But Salamov seems to be the one who's landed the cleaner work. With little defensive moves from Salamov as well, which little subtle movements taking him away from the danger.
Back comes Umia. Yeah, it's a good competitive round, that. I think maybe the quality from Salamov. So much effort though from the Frenchman. How do the judges see it? Well, level on one scorecard. Umia's effort was rewarded by Judge A, but the other pair siding with Salamov, so he's in control of the scorecards on 2 of those judges' scorecards, and comfortably so.
Yeah, Salamov proving why he's done what he's done in the past. Look at that, that was the shot that seems to have hurt Umia.
Here we go then, into the 3rd and final round. Albert Salamov in the red, former world champion, looking to regain his crown against the improving Frenchman Sofiane Umia.
Stop! Stop! Stop. Head up. No more. Okay? Stop.
A warning for Salamov, a verbal warning.
Excellent body work from Umia there, really digging them in under the elbows of Salamov. Just put Salamov on the back foot a little bit with that attack.
Terrific series of shots there from Salamov.
Just a solid straight left hand right through the guard of Umia. So accurate with that left hand.
And there's a bit of variety with it too. Sometimes he throws it straight, sometimes he slightly throws it round the guard, a bit like Calzaghe used to.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tools in his toolbox, which you'd expect given his achievements.
29 now. Salamov backed into a corner, but finding the angles and still letting loose with the combinations.
You can't fault Umia for effort.
No, I expected this of him. We've seen it so far. He's really launching himself forward. He's pushing out the punches. He's forcing the effort from himself.
See how calm Salamov is remaining despite the intensity in Umia's work, and that's just a sign of a top-class fighter.
Yeah, we've got a good chance to see his defence better in this round, because he has been under pressure.
That was exceptional bit of work. He just pivoted off to his right and on the 1-2, and it was both landed perfectly.
There's a hard left to the body in there too. He's going to be a hard man to beat in this championship, in this division.
He seems to have rediscovered that form. If you beat Lomachenko, you know you've got to be half decent.
Yeah. Even to make a bout interesting with him, you've got to be good. And credit Sofiane Umia, he gave it a crack. He put so much effort in, he just couldn't quite land enough, and he was punished every time he made a mistake.
الفائز بالمباراة الثالثة على الحلبة ألف.
In the ring, the winner on points from the ring corner, representing Cuba,
Here we wait official confirmation that Salamov is on his way. While we do, we're hearing another Cuban is through to a semi-final. Lazaro Alvarez in the men's lightweight division in the top half of the draw.
Winner in ring B by way of points in the red corner, representing Azerbaijan, Albert Salamov.
The former world champion is into another semi-final, and he may well still have it in him to win the crown once again. So Salamov marches on, and there was a complete performance in many ways, David.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Salamov. He's been around for a long time, and you could understand if he lost that little bit of spark, being in this same code for such a long time. But some of the work in that 3 rounds was exceptional, defensively and offensively.
And he tucked up, danced away, and his left hand was terrific. The judges living every moment of his wealth. The French hoping and hoping, but it was Azerbaijan.
Umia's got plenty to look forward to, though, I think, in the future. And, he's got a great chance of getting to Rio. It has been impressive, but Salamov had that little bit too much tonight.
Lightweight bout.
Well, this is another opportunity to see boxers who are going to be in Rio next summer, all chasing qualification throughout this year. And here comes an improving British fighter in the shape of Joe Cordina. Joseph Cordina turns 24 in December. The Welshman representing Great Britain. And he's up against the Brazilian Robson Donato. He's a little older, a bit more experienced, and already a World Championship medalist. It's a tough assignment for the British man. Well, we saw Cordina in action just the other night when he took care of the southpaw Kwon from the People's Republic, and Kwon couldn't really get near him.
No, and that was a tricky tactical bout, a really tricky one, and he stuck to his tactics well throughout Cordina, and he was constantly giving feedback from his corner, and he was listening all the way through. He's a European champion, so you know he's in with a great shout.
Yes, improving fighter. Only been as far as the first round in World Championships in his 2 previous attempts, but he is so much more improved. Things have just clicked. Maybe the competitiveness of this division for Team GB, the threat of someone else knocking him off his spot, maybe that was the motivation. Maybe he's just improved significantly, but Cordina is on a roll at the moment.
Most definitely is, and from what I can remember about Donato was that he started pretty slowly in his last bout and only started to look good in the last round, but seems to be switched on more from the word go in this one.
Yeah, he beat Abderrashidov in that one. Looked like he might have a bit of a scrap on his hands through the first couple of minutes in that round. As Cordina goes to work with the combinations, he certainly got better and better as the bout wore on, Donato.
Hands up. Red.
See that good foot movement from Cordina, what we've seen so much against the Korean. Donato was a little bit of a different proposition. He looks stronger than the Korean was, and obviously an orthodox.
Third attempt at World Championships for Cordina. It's the 4th for Donato. Rounds 1, rounds 3 in his first couple of attempts, and then boom, up to a final. Silver medalist last time around. Nice body shot there from the Brazilian, who comes into this as the 2nd seed.
Cordina just responded with a 1-2 of his own though, so pretty even so far.
Cordina trying to get Donato onto the back foot.
Good shot from Cordina at the end of that exchange, and right uppercut sneak through, and a good jab again. So you can see it's starting to heat up.
No holding. Stop. Box.
They're both making each other miss here.
Seems to be what we're finding at this stage of the competition. So much at stake.
No holding, blue. Red, no holding. Stop.
There goes the bell. Pretty tight first round. But maybe Donato just did a little more. Tight, close one. First round scorecards, 2 of the 3 going the way of Cordina and 1 of them to Donato, so pretty tight. It might be one of those contests, if it carries on in this fashion, that it's a case of what you like.
Yeah, it's gonna be, I think, by the looks of it, because the similar type of style of boxer. Sharp on the feet, good jab, trying to draw a lead. So
that's an excellent slow-mo, wasn't it? Shot to the body and then ducked down and away from the punch, Cordina.
Box.
Into the second round then. Bit of a chess match between Joseph Cordina of Great Britain and Robson Donato, the Brazilian.
Blue, head up.
sharpening out there from Donato. Right hand landed to the body.
Stop! Red, no pressing, okay? Head up. What?
We know that Donato got better and better as his last bout went on.
He did. So we'll see if that's the case today. Cordina's sticking to the game plan again.
Yeah, and that was a feature of his performance in the previous round. He Just boxed, kept to his boxing, didn't need to change anything, so didn't.
So he just needs to move his feet a little bit more now as Donato's coming in, because he'll avoid these silly little clinches which are going on. Just take that backward step.
Oh, both landing big shots there.
I think Donato's was the more eye-catching of the two, though.
Cordina took it well.
He did.
Just a bit messy.
The styles are very similar, and I think that's what's creating the scrappiness.
Cordina, one of those medalists at the European Championships. And a handful of British boxers getting to the final. He was the only one that came away with a gold.
And that's a great achievement for the young lad. Good work from Cordina there. 4-punch combination. And that's what his corner want to see. In and firing the shots, and then back out with the feet.
Step back.
Cordina's trying to get away. Very untidy. Final minute of the second round.
Donato's beginning to get a little bit frustrated with this. The question is, Alex, who do you score for? It's so close and even.
It's hard, very hard. It carries on like this. It might just be a case of the styles of just not quite gelling together.
Yeah, they're so similar. Donato seems to carry the more power in his punches, but Cordina has got a few more off as far as volume's concerned.
No holding.
It must be a bit frustrating for the pair of them. They've just got to keep their cool. Still a semi-final spot up to be grabbed, and the next 3 minutes could be crucial to it. And that round went the way of the Brazilian on all three of the judges' scorecards. So it's a clean sweep for Donato, but it's tied on the other two judges' scorecards. So Donato's got the slight edge. So this could go right down to the wire. Lots of scrappy skirmishes between the pair of them. Clean shots, few and far between.
See if Donato produces another third round like he did the other night. If he does, Cordina needs to step his game up a little bit.
Oh, nice combination from Cordina. Finished with the right hand, and that landed.
That was a solid shot at the end of that combination.
That's better from Cordina. He's trying to win the battle.
No holding. Okay.
Just arcing his right hand when he throw it straight and go straight through the centre of the guard of Donato.
Nice move from the Brazilian that to almost Lombarda his way out of trouble.
Cordina started this round well for me. A higher punch rate coming from Cordina, and the cleaner shots are landed.
Step back, break. What?
Couple of body shots from Donato. Halfway through the second round, there he finished with the right hand. The only one of that combination that landed the Brazilian.
It's a good shot. See how much Cordina wants this. He's pushing on really well. Just needs to keep his concentration levels up.
Well, these are the moments, and all those circuits and hill sprints and morning runs. This is what it all boils down to.
This is why you do it all.
Cordina was just a bit more accurate through the first part of this round, but it has been so scrappy, such slender margins.
Good jab from Cordina there, great straight left jab.
Box.
Done really well in this round, Cordina. He stuck to the game plan. He's just increased the intensity a little bit, and that, for me, is winning in the round. He's doing everything he's done all fight, but just picked the pace up a little bit.
Oh, a couple of big shots there from Donato.
They were big shots. That's why you've got to keep that concentration up right till the end.
Last 30 seconds.
Head up.
And it's going to be frustration and disappointment for one of these men.
Box.
They both raise their hand, both believe they've done it, both hope they get the decision, and this could go either way.
So close, that one, so difficult to tell them apart. But I think if the previous scores were anything to go by, you'd have to give Cordina the last round, which is inevitably given the contest, but we'll see what the judges have got to say.
Well, we had two level scorecards. Donato was clear on the other. And he looks up to the heavens, hoping that his personal prayers will be answered.
The winner in B by way of points in the blue corner, representing Brazil,
Such a close contest. Paper-thin decision goes the way of the Brazilian, and the number 2 seed, Donato, is into the semi-finals. Disappointment for Cordina. It could easily have been him.
So close. Thought he won it, in my opinion. My opinion doesn't matter. It's the judges that count.
1 point in it on 2 of those judges' scorecards. The other one gave everything to the Brazilian. And so many of those skirmishes were hard to score. Even, it's only in the slow motion that you start to get a sense of whether punches were landing or missing.
It's difficult from where we are.
So, the semi-finals starting to take shape. Donato will face Salamov. That's the number 2 and 3 seeds in this competition. The number 1's through to the top of the draw. And I think the number 4 seed has just been knocked out by Abduraimov. And it looks as though Dorin a boxer from Mongolia. A few boos I just heard over that side of the ring, so I don't know how that bout unfolded, but Abduraimov is the one who splits the symmetry. Otherwise the seedings, top 3 of the top 4 seedings going through in this lightweight division. Another close fight, another close decision as we get down to the business end of the tournament. Moving up to the welterweight division then, 69 kilograms. More British interest in this one with Joshua Kelly just around the corner. First though, we have Yelasunov Yulusinov, I should say, against Marcial. It's going to be an intriguing one. Marcial from the Philippines, a hard puncher against the very much elusive world champion. That's taking place over in the other ring. We're going to concentrate on Stanonis versus Liu. Jimenez, Stanonis, then the 21-year-old from Lithuania. A very busy style. I think he's done well to get this far, but he has been fairly progressive through championships recently, and he's up against a Chinese boxer, and that is Wai Liu. Liu looking to become the second Chinese boxer in the semi-finals after Zhang Huan Q, the flyweight boxer. Stanonis got the result in the previous round against the number 3 seed Maestra, the Venezuelan. And you can see at this stage quite a few of the boxers are coming in marked up from previous contests. This heavy bruising on the cheeks under the left eye of the Chinese boxer.
That could make it more susceptible to the skin breaking and a cut appearing.
Well, Liu really thumped his coach's palm there with his fist to motivate himself to go to work as we head into the first round.
Solid jab from Stanonis.
Stanonis is usually in front of you, not much in the way of sort of lateral movement. He's there for you, but European champion back in the summer.
Yeah. He doesn't throw an awful lot of punches considering his style. That was the case in the bout we've seen with Adam Nolan. He's got a strong jab though. His jab is really getting through the guard of Liu.
He's got a tight guard too, Stanonis. Easy to pierce through those gloves, that defense. Nice body shot from the Lithuanian.
With that tight guard and come forward style he uses, you'd expect him, once he starts letting his shots go, to throw them in 3s and 4s, but throws a lot of single punches, Stanonis.
Yeah, he's a lot more composed tonight than we saw him earlier in the competition. He's got into the better rhythm, I think, of the two boxers.
It's a good right hand by him there. You can see he does carry power in them shots. Really plants his feet into the floor.
Yeah, he forced you to back up just briefly in the previous exchange.
Stanonis was the bigger of the two as well, I think. When I've previously seen him, he's been in with the taller opponent and he's using his jab in this contest to good effect for the bigger man.
Just missed with the uppercut, Stanonis. This is the best I've seen him in the championship so far.
Yeah, that jab really is impressive. Solid, strong jab.
And he's got a sturdy opponent in the front of him in the shape of Liu, national champion, bit of experience in the WSB as well.
Yeah, Liu is definitely no slouch, you can see. He's a solid fighter himself. Landed some good shots of his own, but they're generally getting caught and countered by Stanonis.
Yeah, good competitive round, but Stanonis was controlled, real measure, technique and weight of the punches. It was a good round for him. As ever, how did the judges see it? Well, two of them, like the work of the Chinese boxer, just one Stanonis.
So Liu's punch output has won him the round. He did throw more punches, like I said. Stanonis doesn't throw the most. He just looks for the solid single shot.
Well, Liu already causing a bit of a surprise in the previous round when he beat Biamba, the Mongolian who ranked just outside the top 10. And here, he might be on the way to surprising the European champion as well. Nice left hook from the Chinese boxer.
Liu doing a good job of firing in, landing the shot, and then moving his feet.
There's that jab of Stanonis.
Stop. Box.
Yeah, but I think he really does need to start putting 2s and 3s together now to catch the judge's eye, because much more work coming from Liu. And if the first round is anything to go by, we know that's what has impressed 2 of the 3 judges.
Holding. Break. Stop. Don't break.
Well, both landing left hooks simultaneously, and again.
Good right hand as well from Stanonis.
Stop.
Yeah, just in those 2 exchanges, you see the difference in punching power.
Yeah, there definitely is a big difference in the power of punch. Stanonis definitely the stronger puncher, and the volume coming from the Chinese boxer Liu. It's a solid right hand there from Stanonis.
That's right down the throat of the jab that he'd already sent.
Good uppercut as well.
And some sharp boxing here from the Lithuanian. I wonder if the judges are going to reward this.
Yeah, he is getting out punched about 2-1 probably by Liu. Liu really is busy, but Stanonis' work is cleaner. It seems to be more eye-catching when it lands because of the power in his punches. And there you go.
30 seconds to go. Yeah, there are times where Stanonis is just standing there. He's not punching.
Real professional style, if you like.
Head up. Box.
He does need to put 2s and 3s together. Oh, that's a bit better.
Again, that left hook. There's been a few times he just sort of not hurt Liu, but he's wobbled him back onto his heels.
Yeah, Liu will be feeling the power of those punches.
So is it the volume? Or is it the accuracy and weight of shot that's going to be rewarded after that one? I wonder how the respective corners feel the battle is going. And that is a clean sweep for Liu that round. He's well cleared on 2 cards, all squared on the other, so he's in command.
Yeah, it's Liu's bout to lose now. Again, he just needs to keep doing what he's doing, and Stanonis probably kick himself. More output from him would have seen him through, I think. But obviously this isn't over just yet.
With Stanonis' punch, There's always the prospect of a knockdown. Then he was outpunched sort of 2-3 to 1. But the big sort of eye-catching punch, you remember, came from the Lithuanian.
Another one there, a good right hand from the Lithuanian. Like we said, he's probably fortunate to get through one of his earlier bouts with this type of action he's showing now, and he obviously thinks it's going to work every time, but I do believe he needs to up the intensity with the punch rate. Not every shot has to be as hard as you can throw, you know, you can still score punches without it being an absolute power shot.
Push. Stop. Box.
There's a little more intent from Stanonis in this round. He's trying to get on the front foot. Looks like he's trying to throw a few more punches.
Stop. Box.
Liu does look as though he's had to work the harder through this bout. He's the one who's just showing the signs of wear and tear.
Yeah, he is. Like we said, because of the volume of punches he's thrown, he's expended more energy, basically.
Box.
Stanonis has that little bit more in the tank, and it's like going back to what we say about some of the contests, it'd suit it being a 5-round WSB one for Stanonis.
Yeah, which is
Stop.
suit him well.
Box.
Really is loading up again with that right hand, but it's working this round. It is a better round for him.
All day. All day.
He's even thrown more shots than the China boxer.
Too little, too late, perhaps. The style of Stanonis was enough to get him the decisions against Nolan and Maestra, but seemingly not on this night.
Box.
I think he's a clear winner of this round, but I don't think that'll be enough. It's not a 10-8 round by any means, in my eyes.
Holding. Stop.
I think Stanonis will think he's won that. Chinese fighters happy. Wei Liu was in control of the scorecards prior to that final round. Just getting the thumbs up from some of their colleagues out in the stands, who are monitoring things via apps and the internet and all sorts. I think the Chinese are happy. Let's see if they're right to be so.
The winner in green by way of points in the blue corner, representing China, Wei Liu.
And the upsets just keep on coming for the Chinese welter Wei Liu. He is into a semi-final. China had 2 semi-finalists on the night. And just waiting for the result in the other ring. Big result this. Yulisinov is through to the semi-finals as well. So the reigning world champion continuing his quest, much to the delight of his fans. So let's just see how that's taking shape. Liu through in the bottom half of the draw. Yulisinov, who's the #1 seed, southpaw, he is through in the top half of the draw. So 2 places up for grabs. And one of those is Joshua Kelly, who's about to make his ring entrance for Team G shortly. And with Liu waiting in opposition, that is a dangling carrot. The problem is he's got Mohamed Rabi in front of him first, and that's going to be no easy assignment.
Oh, Rabi looked good a couple of nights ago. Front foot boxer. And Kelly himself likes to scrap, so this is one to look forward to.
Introducing the boxers over on the far side of the ring. Ronald Iglesias from Cuba up against the Azeri Parviz Bagarov. And the bout we're going to be covering live for you here on your channel. Kelly versus Rabi. Great Britain's Joshua Kelly makes his way to the ring, the 21-year-old from the northeast. And he's up against the number 2 seeds from Morocco, Mohamed Rabi. He's got a ton of experience, plenty ability, and he was much feted in the WSB. Well, we saw Kelly the other night, where his strength, punch power and attitude won him through in the end, David, but there were some worrying moments where he was outboxed in the first round.
Yeah, he was up against a pretty unorthodox opponent in Naika from New Zealand, and he was tricky. He was throwing punches from odd angles, and Kelly managed to pin him down in the end. But this is going to be a different proposition, because Rabi looked like an aggressive type boxer to me last time.
Well, Rabi may well be the number 2 seed, but he's struggled in World Championships before. Juniors, he only got as far as the first round. The youth competition, the second round. And the last World Championships, only as far as the first round. He's getting better, though, all the while. And he comes into this as a WSB star and the number 2 seed.
Just landed that right hand over Kelly's jab straight away. Kelly needs to snap that jab out and get it back quickly. It's better, good jab from Kelly.
Yeah, he's got a great attitude, Kelly.
Started well here, Kelly, nice 1-2, and then a counter left hook right hand.
Yeah, I think he's got... Oh, he walked onto a big left hand there from Rabi. He's got his hands up tonight compared to when we saw him against Naika.
Yeah.
I think he maybe was overconfident when we saw him last night, but he's much more guarded in this one.
Yeah, that's good observation, Alex. He did have low hands last night, and I think he knows that Rabi is a different proposition as far as punch power is concerned. He's given no respect to Rabi.
Yes, he took those punches on the gloves. He got off with his own sort of jab. It's a strong jab, and he does punch hard, Kelly. Just got to be careful about those defences.
Get up. Get up, okay.
He's got a tough one in front of him in Rabi. If Kelly can come through this, it's a fantastic win, because Rabi really does look like a solid fighter to me.
He's explosive, Kelly, isn't he? It's similar in style, I suppose, a bit to George Groves, and you see Rabi's just a bit more controlled, a bit smoother at the moment.
Yeah, he is explosive, Kelly, with that really good jab, and I'd like to see him use that more. Right hand from Kelly in that exchange.
Yeah, big right hand though there from Rabi. I think they're both aware of the other one's punching power.
Stop! Stop! Okay.
That's his footing, yeah. Just a slight sort of wobble there. I wondered if he'd been hurt, but it was just his footing, Kelly.
Head up!
Rabi looks heavy-handed to me.
Yeah, so
Good left hook there.
he did well. He avoided Kelly's jab and then came straight back with a combination.
Stop!
Really sharp work from the Moroccan.
Break! Box! Stop!
Well, they both had their moments. I think Rabi just had more off them and some real eye-catching shots on the Moroccan number 2.
Yeah, he's a heavy-handed boxer, Rabi. Dave Alloway in the corner will probably tell Josh Kelly to be a bit more busy with his jab because that's his best weapon for me. And then that'll set him up for more power shots.
And confirmation first rounds all across the board to Mohamed Rabi.
Second down. Red button, please. Maroka. Listen me. Head up, okay.
Here we go then, into the second. What can Josh Kelly do to change the fortunes of the fight?
So doubling that jab up might help as well. To try and put Rabi on the back foot, but I must say I am impressed with Rabi. He really does look like the real deal.
And they're both good to watch. They're both quite aggressive fighters, looking to get off the big shots.
Head up.
Solid right hand landed by Rabi there.
Hold your
Really
head.
planting his feet, and committing with the punch.
Low blow, Maroka.
There's another right hand. And Rabi, the WSB Boxer of the Year, thanks to that unbeaten run of 7 wins and 7. That right hand has been the punch for the Moroccan.
It certainly has. Goes to the body well as also does Rabi.
Stop. Break. Box.
Good effort there from Kelly. Use that jab a little bit more.
And there's another right hand though from Rabi. There's been real control from Rabi throughout this one.
Yeah, there has. He stayed calm while being aggressive. It's almost as though he's not quite literally, but boxing with a smile on his face, but still being aggressive.
That was a massive right hand. He landed right on the chin.
Yeah. Kelly took that really well.
Get up.
But he doesn't want to be taking too many of them. He needs to keep them hands up tight, like the way he began.
Josh Kelly over in the neutral corner, able to glance down at these coaches.
Better from Kelly, sharp 1-2. This is better, in and out on his feet as well. Good little spell this for Kelly.
Head up.
They both landed in that exchange again with big punches and both with left hooks as they go at each other. at the end of the second round. It was a good end to the round for Kelly. He had his moments. Prior to that, the control, and impressive control from Rabi. Rabi gets it on the scorecards again. He leads by 2. You have to say, he's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, I am impressed. Like I say, he looks like the real deal to me. He seems to have everything, and I like his aggression.
Clearly punches as well, because we know Josh Kelly's got a punch.
Yeah, Josh Kelly's a solid boxer, you can see that. Got a lot going for him. Rabi got a little bit more tonight so far. Let's hope Kelly can pull something out the bag. Never say never.
The man from Houghton Districts Boxing Club in the northeast. Got a tremendous chin with that short right hook that came up towards the end of that round as the heads clash and come together.
There's not many things I can really fault Rabi on, to be honest. He seems to do most things well, doesn't he? Pretty much an all-rounder.
Yeah, when they're up close in those exchanges, he just always seems to have the last word, but the harder punch. There's a tremendous couple of shots coming in again.
The type of boxer Rabi will have his biggest test against would be the more technical boxer who will make him think a lot more, because physically he's got all the attributes and he uses them well. It's just his boxing brain. Will that be up to him?
His timing and accuracy is terrific. And when they're up close, he's not had to go looking. Everything's taking place within a certain space. You're right. Up against a boxer who moves more. That would be quite interesting, and we know he's not going to have to go looking for Liu, but Yulusinov, on the other hand, is a completely different puzzle.
Yeah, completely different. He's just landed some solid shots, but you've got to admire Kelly. He's battling away. He's shown how much he wants this, and rightly so. A chance to be qualified for Rio. It seems to be slipping away from him, unfortunately, at this stage.
He's coming forward. He's applying the pressure. He's got 1 more minute to do something spectacular. The Brit. I like his attitude. I think he's a proper fighter, Kevin.
He is. He's a fighter's fighter, isn't he?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's just up against the talent tonight.
So for me, without looking too far ahead, I can see Rabi in the final against Yulusinov.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. The heads come together here. Inside the final 30 seconds. One big last assault from Joshua Kelly.
Been good to watch this one though, Alex, hasn't it?
Absolutely right, yeah. They both tried to land big punches. They've always been within range. Couple of good shots at the end there from Joshua Kelly. But the quality on balance came from the Moroccan, who was good tonight.
Yeah. I'm a fan of the Moroccan style of fighting. Also a fan of Kelly's style of fighting, and that's what made the fight what it was.
And you can see what it means to him. He feels he's done enough. And they're already celebrating in the Moroccan corner.
الفائز بفارق النقاط على الحلبة ألف.
And you're the winner
just hearing boos going across the other side of the ring. We'll tell you about that shortly. Here the result.
Points in the blue corner, representing Morocco.
Rabi it is, who is through to a semi-final, and he's down to the last 4, and you can see what it means to him.
Yeah, to become a medalist at the World Championships is no mean feat, and you see a lot of boxers over the moon tonight.
A disappointment for Joshua Kelly. He leaves the ring with his head slung low, but you can't fault him for effort. There's confirmation that Rabi swept it on the scorecards. He couldn't have done much more, Kelly. He was just up against a real talent tonight.
Yeah, and he can come again, no doubt about it. I think the Great Britain team's a relatively young and inexperienced team, so plenty of success ahead for Josh Kelly, and he'll learn from that contest tonight against the quality operator in Rabi.
And as you look back on some of the moments from that bout, confirmation that Bagirov, Parvis Bagirov, the number 4 seed from Azerbaijan, has beaten Roniel Iglesias, the Cuban, so he's out. I heard 1 or 2 boos from over on the far side of the crowd. That may just be some of the South American supporters, but Iglesias is walking past us right now as the boxers for our next light heavyweight contest are making their way into the ring. And Iglesias was pretty disconsolate. And when it gets to this stage of the competition, when a tight decision goes against you, you're bound to get those sort of reactions.
Massively disappointing to be so near yet so far.
Well, now we're going to see one of David's favourites up into light heavy, Pavel Silyagin, the Russian, up against the Dutchman, Peter Mlenberg, who's already had a good run in the Europeans. Silyagin is, I think, perhaps been one of the surprise stories. One of the boxers just, you know, burning under the surface, but now bubbling up to the top.
Yeah, big fan of his style. Classic boxing style, tall, great jab, keeps it really simple. One-two combination, maybe a left hook at the end. Good footwork. So on the first day he impressed me, and I'm expecting more again tonight against Mlenberg, who had a good win last time out, but I think, has he got a cut on his eye there? From a previous contest, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he had a knockout against Hassan Sada in the previous round, so he got a bit of an early night, Mlenberg, but he is ranked outside the top 30, where Silyagin has creeped inside the top 20. I think his performances this week have been absolutely terrific. He looked good initially when he beat Abdul Rahman, but even better against Mamada. He knocked out the number 3 seed in the previous round. He was up against it on paper in that one. He came through. I think tonight, hopefully, going to get a chance to see just why. He's in red, a curly-haired Russian, and he can do a little bit of everything. He's only 22, Silyagin.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I was a fan from the first fight he was in this week, and hopefully he'll live up to my recommendations.
Slightly smothering his work there when he got in close.
Mlenberg coming off the back of a stoppage victory, which will giving him good momentum coming forward, and he's obviously got a punch in his locker, so Silyagin will be switched on.
Mlenberg had a really good run in the summer in the European Championships, got all the way to the final, ended up with a silver medal. Excellent return for his championships work, and here he is into a quarter-final with a prospect of going further than ever before. He has been to this stage previously, last time around.
Good work there from Mlenberg, working the body well up on the ropes, and that's something he needs to do. He's not going to win this contest by standing back and outboxing Siljagen.
Kind of bullied Siljagen a bit to the ropes on that occasion. He's caught him with a couple of times. Siljagen looks a little rusty compared to what we've seen before.
Yeah, this is good from Mlenberg.
Head out. Rex.
Siljagen a little bit more static on the ropes than I've previously seen. Maybe the accumulation effect of the bouts he's been involved in made his legs a little bit heavier because he's standing on the ropes when Mlenberg's attacking him. His ring craft is usually better.
Yes, and he's looking hittable. His arms are a little wider apart, his gloves a little looser. This is all together quite the craft or discipline or style that we've seen from him so far in the competition. There is that little nick above the left eye of Mlenberg that David spotted at the beginning. Well, Mlenberg seemed to outwork Siljagen in that one, but how the judges see it, not the same way. One of them gave it to Mlenberg, 2 for Siljagen.
Yeah, it was a close round. Impressive from Mlenberg, and Siljagen not quite looking what he has been. That's why the very best at these tournaments are the ones who can produce bout after bout, regardless of what's happened in the contest before.
Well, it's been so striking, hasn't it, tonight, that we've seen boxers come in with little nicks, with bruises and swelling, and you forget that it'll be. Although we've watched all these other bouts, you forget there is that cumulative effect.
Oh yeah, it takes a toll without a doubt, and there'll be lactic acid builds up in the muscles of these boxers, and the bumps and bruises and the soreness as well. Obviously as well, the mental exhaustion of going through a contest every day with a different man. The adrenaline pumping, coming up, coming down from the victory the night before. There's so much to contend with.
Yeah, and that's worth remembering. Sort of, for quite a few of these, less than 24 hours ago, they were in the ring.
Yeah.
Let's see if Siljagen can get his boxing together. Or can Mlenberg outwork him?
Mlenberg needs to do what he's done a couple of times in the first round and push Siljagen to them ropes and let him stand there and exchange punches with him.
You can see he's a tough man, Mlenberg. He's actually a soldier by trade, twice military champion, a couple of national titles in Holland as well, already under the belt. I'm sure Mlenberg and the 20-year-old who we saw earlier on, Roy Corving, have probably done a bit of sparring together in their time.
Yeah, they'll be helping each other out plenty. Not sure what the availability in Holland is like for sparring, so they'll be using each other a lot.
It's better from Siljagen. He didn't spin off though, he sort of still stayed in range there.
Yeah, he had his hands low on his chin high, and that's where Mlenberg needs him, right where he is there.
And that's either a case of the brain's not quite as sharp as it was, or the body's not responding.
No only.
good right hand from Sagen, but a left in return from Mlenberg.
Mlenberg pushing forward. I think he needs to. Needs to just tuck them hands up, step in. A bit better from Sagen with the step round as a southpaw, but he's stepping in with his punches and crowding his work.
Yeah, he does. I think your point about his sort of energy levels might be fair. He does look a bit heavy-legged.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's standing on them ropes exchanging, which is an absolute no-no against someone like Mlenberg. Whereas in his first bout, he was constantly off to the side. He wouldn't go back in a straight line.
His movement was terrific. It really was. Oh, he's taking another one.
Shot by Mlenberg.
Sagen's going to have to grit his teeth tonight. They acknowledge each other after that toe-to-toe. And I wonder how the judges have seen that one. Bit of blood coming from the nose of Sagen. Well, Sagen rewarded again, and he's clear on both rounds on two of the judges' scorecards, level on the other one, so he's very much in control of this quarter-final. Here we go then. Ready for the third and final round. Mlenberg needs a big return in this one.
Sagen will be hoping he can get a second win in his next contest should he come through this last round.
It's an interesting point. He just walked onto a little short right hand there again. He doesn't want to be against the ropes. I'm wondering if this is another day. Is it the sort of thing that he can recover from?
Well, he may have gone past the point of no return as far as being tired is concerned. He's going to have to be a bit more switched on up top next time out, whoever it may be against.
It will be against Harvoya Sepp or Julio Cruz. And we know Julio Cruz has got bags of energy.
Yeah, moves really well. And the fact is, Mlenberg, he's not the greatest 81 kilogram you're ever going to see. So Sagen will really need to up his game because Mlenberg's pushing him all the way here.
Here we go then, approaching the final minute. There was a better combination from Sagen, but he stays in front of Mlenberg on the ropes.
Yeah, that's where he wants him, Mlenberg, and he's just putting his head down and letting the shots go and hoping for the best, and some of them are getting through.
Here we go then, final 30 seconds.
You can see Sagen, his arms feel heavy.
It's been a hard night for Sagen. Whatever happens, it looks like he's booked himself a semi-final berth, so it's worth it. But very much a different, if you watched him previously in the competition with us, you'll know this is a different boxer to the one we've already seen.
Yeah, 100%. but he's got the win. Mlenberg done himself proud, can hold his head high, give a great effort.
And here we've seen moments. There was that right at the start of the round, that little uppercut from off the ropes.
Go.
Plenty of punches landed from Salamov.
In your name, your winner on points from the local corner, representing Uzbekistan, Salamov.
The winner in Ring B by way of points in the red corner, representing Russian Federation,
Salamov it is, who's into the semi-finals, and he will finish. He'll face the winner of the bout coming up between Sepp and Cruz. Over in the other corner, David, a really intriguing light-heavy matchup between Niazembetov and Rasulov. And Rasulov, the Uzbek, has come out on top in that one. That could have gone either way. Rasulov, he's got the sort of style, southpaw, cagey, good movement.
Yeah.
And he's managed to come through in that one. He's a test for anyone.
And has he beat the #1 seed in that one? Yeah, so the #1 seed is out. Uzbekistan have really impressed me, to be honest. They've had some great results. I think they've got to be up the top of the medals table already nearly. Plenty of medalists.
Here we see the moment of celebration for Salamov, the Russian. They've got plenty of experience on their bench, you can see from the coaching staff. And Saliagin's on his way as we await the final light heavyweights of the evening, who are going to make their way to the ring now. Over in the other corner, the Belarusian Adolievets up against Ireland's Joe Ward. Interesting matchup that between Ward and Adolievets. That's in the top half of the draw. Joe Ward, the higher seed. And here comes the ever-popular Harvoya Sepp. He's had a terrific run of it in the WSB. He has perhaps excelled himself in this competition. And up against the big smiling, multi-talented Julio Cruz, who looks like he's here on holiday and is coming out for a party. There's a massive Cuban contingent. They've been following the action tonight, depending on where their boxes have been, rings A or B. They've moved across to join us, David. And they are in party mood and full of voice. They've had plenty to sing about. One or two results today have gone against them on scorecards that they might dispute. Otherwise, it's been the usual business applied.
Yeah, they've got a great supporter here, which is surprising. They're so far from home. The Cuban boxers happy as ever to be in that ring.
Well, we couldn't have two different styles here if we tried to put a match up between the pair of them. You've got Harvoya Sepp, the Croatian, who just comes forward throwing a ton of punches, and Julio Cruz, who will dance and move, throw out a fast jab, the odd right hand. Punches will be few and far between. They'll generally score. He'll move beautifully, and he will be a long favourite to win this one.
Yeah. Cruz came through last night against Joshua Buata. moving around the outside of the ring. That's his game. Floating around, skipping, just flicking the jab and the right hand out. But Sepp's going to try his best to rough him up as much as he can.
Break! Stop! 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 Don't push. This. Okay? Box! No holding.
So the Cruz, I don't know how comfortable he is with this pressure from Sepp. He's having to grab and hold, and obviously the Cruz, he's not a big puncher because he doesn't plant his feet to throw the punches. It's about scoring shots and using his feet to move away. So Sepp isn't worried about the power, which won't stop him from coming forward.
Some support the Cubans have had. To be fair, I think there's a few Doha residents and expats who are climbing on board. Great samba-like atmosphere, a mini festival here, and they're supporting their man, the Cruz. He doesn't even attempt to throw any hard punches, the Cruz. It's all about picking up the points.
And it's not great to watch, but obviously it's effective because of his past results, and he knows how to get the win. I mean, you'd much rather watch Sepp against someone who's willing to stand and trade, but this is boxing and it's about hitting and not being hit.
Lovely combination that was from the Cruz, who of course was mildly embarrassed by Buatsi. Buatsi with a big left hook that put the Cuban down on his backside in the second round last night.
Yeah, I spoke to young Buatsi before and he's really proud of that fact. Like I said last night, something he can carry with him for the rest of his days, and obviously he's got his own ambitions in boxing.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, listen, he gave it a right go. He showed a terrific attitude. He was out-thought and out-boxed, but he gave it a right good go, and he put a double world champion on his backside in a world championship. And just as Buatsi did last night, Sepp will give it a go. How much he's actually going to be able to land is another thing entirely. There's confirmation on the scorecards that Cruz has cantered to an early lead. Wildly swinging and missing Sepp. He's going to keep going, but as long as he's got time and the energy to do it.
Yep. Like I said, there's nothing stopping Sepp coming forward in the way of power punches from Cruz, but it's his movement which is making him offset all the time. Every time Sepp goes to set his feet to let the power shots go, Cruz has moved. Like, there you go, perfect example straight away.
Nice jab that from Cruz. Yeah, he's just trying to pick up points, isn't he, Cruz? And you can understand Sepp. That right hand, he almost flicked down with the top of his glove.
Yeah, Sepp's frustrated, but you can't argue with Cruz. What he does is what wins him championships. So he's not gonna take any notice to Sepp and start engaging in a war with him. Sepp just needs to try and change his ideas, although that's easier said than done. It's a bit better cutting the ring off, but he's away again. His footwork is exceptional, Cruz.
He pretty much wheels round sideways in either direction with his back to the ropes and barely takes a punch, bar the one that Buatsi creamed him with last night. He's in and out. There's the jab. It's a form of ole boxing here from Cruz. And I actually don't think he could throw a power punch if his life depended upon it, but it doesn't really matter.
Stop! Stop!
In the eyes of the judges.
That's it.
Move!
His footwork is phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely right.
No holding. Right.
I mean, if the two were to have a fight outside on the street, there's only be one winner, and it wouldn't be Cruz. But this is boxing. It's about, like I said before, the art of the sport.
Oh, I think Sepp got through with a left hook nearly. But he just can't get near. He cannot pin this dancing Cuban down.
Stop! 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 Move!
Nice shot there from Cruz.
Yeah, lovely left hook that. I don't like the way he throws his right hands. They're sort of almost tapping with the inside of the glove just to score, and that's not really a boxing shot.
No. You would like to see him throw the punches more direct and with intent, but like I said, if it isn't broken, don't try to fix it. And it definitely isn't broken because his results are speaking for that.
Yes, and the scorecards will reflect that. In fact, more than they suggest total dominance with 2 10-8 rounds, as you can see. He's already clear by 3 points in 2 of the judges' scorecards. He's enjoying himself, and the crowd are absolutely loving it. Well, at least the Cubans are.
It is a defensive masterclass, that's for sure. I think he even throws the punch with an open glove. I don't even think he clenches his fists when he punches much.
There you see, it's almost like a palm landing, and there was one similar. The only left hook that Sepp got anywhere near to landing in that particular round we just showed you in that slow motion. That was a better right hand from
that's
Cruz.
better, sharper.
Break!
That's a nice jab as well there from Cruz. His timing is spot on as well. Look at that defensive move there. Fantastic defensive fighter. Another one who could probably, although it's not realistic, but he could probably win the round by not throwing a punch, just by moving the way he does. There's only one boxer ever done that, wasn't there?
Yeah. Willie Pep.
Willie Pep, yeah.
And there you can see the athletic Cruz is dancing out of range. This must be so frustrating for Sepp. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out and does 10 rounds on the heavy bag when he gets back into the changing room.
Or just takes the gloves off and gets out.
Keep your head up, boss. What's that?
Well,
watch out your head.
Remember the great Roberto Duran did such a thing once upon a time.
This must be frustrating the life out of Sepp, because all he wants to do in any contest he engages in is go to war, really. That's his game, but he's not getting it tonight.
And you never blame Cruz for not fighting his fight.
Yeah, never in a million years. He's doing what he needs to do.
A bit better in this fight. I mean, his movement is simply beautiful. His skills are way up there. I think there'll be some boxing fans, me included, he's just a little too negative for their tastes.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same. Although I do appreciate, and as do yourself, we both appreciate what he's about and how good he does it. But we'd prefer to see a bit more direct defence from him.
Well, just as in football and soccer games, sometimes the great teams keep hold of the ball for long periods and the other team chase and run down and can't get hold of it, and every pass is greeted with a cheer and an ole. It's exactly the same tonight here in Doha for the performance of Cruz. The fans and largely South American contingent are cheering every single time he contacts with a punch and avoids one of the wild swings from the Croat.
It's a whitewash, that's for sure.
He's sweeping the cards. Everything to zip, and 10-8 round on 2 scorecards in the previous round. I wonder how this one has gone down. Sep holds his hand up in the air, more as an acknowledgement of completing against a double world champion, perhaps. And it's party time for the Cubans, who will have another semi-finalist on their team. Cruz with a landslide win over Sep, and it's another, yes, another Cuban semi-finalist. Well, a masterful performance from the big Cuban. He's a dancer and a mover and a shaker. And he's up against Sagen in the semi-finals. Top of the draw news, David. Rasulov causing a bit of a surprise by knocking out the #1 seed Niazambetov. There's confirmation of the score count. Look at that. 5 points on 2 of the judges' scorecards for Cruz, who frustrated and completely outclassed Harfoya Sep. But the other news is Joe Ward has gone through number 4 ranked boxer, #4 seed in this competition. He's beaten Dolievets, and he's through to a semi-final for Ireland.
Ireland again. Phenomenal performance from Ireland over here. Churning out medalists year after year, and it's just carrying on. They're doing a great job. Joe Ward will fancy himself as a candidate for the gold medal.
So that's Michael Conlon through for Ireland. Michael O'Reilly through for Ireland. Joe Ward through for Ireland. They have 3 semi-finalists, Ireland, today. What a fantastic afternoon and evening it has been for the Irish. Right, we move on. The biggest of the big men coming up next. Super heavyweights, bouts 2 of them to determine the final 4. The last quartet standing in the 91+ kilograms. And here's one of the biggest of them all, Joyce from Great Britain in action. Star in the WSB. And he's up against Turkey's tough man, Ali Demirezen, the 25-year-old who is just outside the top 30 in the world rankings. Up against Joyce, who is seeded #3 in the competition. On paper, it should be straightforward for Joyce, but he tends to like a fight, and that'll play into the hands of the big Turk, Demirezen, who does exactly that too, David.
Yeah, it's going to gel well, this one, I think. Demirezen, though, has got his hands full with Joyce. It's whether or not he can keep up with the pace of Joyce, and judged by Demirezen in his earlier contests, I can't see that being the case, but he may surprise me.
Joyce, who's got a formidable work rate for a big man. He just keeps coming. He's always in range and always seemingly hittable, but he's thrill a minute, and he keeps going, and he tends to outwork, out-punch, out-hustle his opponents. Exactly what happened in the Commonwealth Games when he bagged gold last summer. This his second bite at a World Championship, and he's already further than last time around.
Keep your head up. All times, keep your head up. Punch it above the belt. No holding. Okay, touch gloves. Good.
A real stare off, that one.
Go back to the corner. Go back to the corner. Go back to the corner.
I don't think he really listened to the referee from Trinidad and Tobago, Demi Resin, instructed to go back to the corner. They're both keen to get on with this.
Yeah. Straight away, Demi Resin
Keep your head
trying to
up.
come in under Joyce's jab.
Right, keep your head up. Keep your head up.
And first thing you see,
Keep your head
well,
up. Keep your head up.
apart from the fact that they're going to swing away. Oh, nice little uppercut from Joyce. They're both landing heavy punches already. Neither has to go looking for each other. Demi Resin is having to punch up slightly at Joyce.
Yeah, and he's landing a few over the top. Joyce's punch volume for a super heavyweight is massive, really. He doesn't stop throwing punches. Needs to keep his hands a little bit higher.
Keep your head up.
And it's one of the real amazing points about Joyce, that he's such a fighter, and this style of his that is all action in front, throwing punches, and yet a thinker and an artist away from the ring.
Yeah, I've seen that. I read an article about him, and seems like an interesting character. He was just getting behind his jab a little bit more and being a bit more controlled in this first round, Joyce.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Could do with a little more craft and art to just put this guy under control. Don't give him a chance that he doesn't necessarily have in the fight.
Yeah. He shouldn't really need to throw much more than a good jab against Demi Resin. Joyce.
They're good shots. Demi Resin sort of tap to the body, midriff, and then up. Left hook to the head. Let's not forget, Demi Resin's on a roll of his own. He knocked out the number 3 in the world, Satish Kumar, the Indian, last night. That was a real shock.
Quite a good work rate himself, Demi Resin. Joyce is the man who just does not stop throwing punches, but sometimes it might suit him to settle himself down a little bit. Like I said before, and just pop that jab out and keep it in Demi Resin's face to prevent him advancing.
You can see why Joyce has done so well in the WSB with the longer format. Four out of 4 contests in that format a couple of years ago. There goes the bell. Pretty even first round. Joyce had a real good stare at Demi Resin at the end of that one, and Demi Resin, did he outwork him? There wasn't much in it.
There wasn't much in it. Demi Resin landed some eye-catching shots over the top. Like I said, Joyce could do with putting a bit more thought into his work instead of just throwing shots for the sake of them. Because Demi Resin, so Demi Resin took the round on 2 of the judges' cards.
Right. So Demi Resin in slight control of this bout. I'd like to see Joyce just try and get him under control. What a jab. And then another one. Demi Resin is an improving fighter at the age of 25. A good run saw him get to the quarterfinals of the Europeans. And then that big surprise when he beat the highly ranked Kumar last night. And here goes Joyce now with a bit between his teeth.
Yeah, Joyce is absolutely non-stop. He's come out with intentions in this round. He's warmed into it just to get that jab working. He could break Demirezen's heart with the jab. Joyce. It's better work from Joyce. He's starting to get through with his own shots now.
Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
Yeah, there he is, prodding that jab in the face of Demirezen.
And if need be, go for a little walk and let Demirezen come forward and just pop the jab out. Doesn't have to be on the front foot constantly, Joe Joyce.
Yeah, you don't have to close the gap against a smaller man.
Right, watch your heads, guys. Watch your
Yeah,
heads.
let him
Watch your
come
heads.
and meet him with the punch. Demirezen is deceptive. Wasn't really impressed with him when I seen him on the first night, but he's deceptively good. He times his punches over the top pretty well.
Stop.
It's been a good punch output through the first half of this round from Joe Joyce.
Yeah, it has slowed down a bit in the second half of the round. I think he's teeing himself up to go again soon. Should also take into consideration the amount of 5-round bouts Joyce has been through in the WSB. You know, he's had a long season and it's been a tough one. He's been in some real battles.
Watch your head.
He landed a really good body shot there just 20 seconds ago.
Jimenez be getting a little bit wild with that right hand over the top. He's hitting fresh air. That'll take it out of him.
Yeah, maybe some of those punches from the bigger man starting to take effect too. Although Demirezen trying to come forward at the end of the round. Much better round this for Joe Joyce.
Yeah, better round for Joyce this.
Oh, overhand right from Demirezen at the end of it. He walks wearily back to his stool as Joyce even things up on the scorecard.
Joyce's fitness might play a part now going into the last round. Jimenez looks like he's feeling the pace there. Joyce is known for his athleticism and fitness.
Joyce swept the boards on all three scorecards in that round, which ties it up on 2. He's clear on the other scorecard. So slight advantage to Joyce. It depends on judges A and B, who are completely level. And this final round, absolutely crucial. It's been a night when the British boxers have been up against it. Bad luck for Muhammad Ali with a cut. Joshua Kelly up against an excellent boxer in Muhammad Rabi. Joe Cordina bumped into a really good Brazilian in Donato. And here we have Joe Joyce looking to turn things around and put one of the Brits into the semi-finals.
Good left hook from Joyce there, off the jab. That's what we want to see, is the jab. That's it, keep it in the face and meet him with the jab. Better from Joyce. It's him taking over in this round, Alex.
Yeah, well, look, he's renowned for his strength. Both landing big punches there, though, and Demirezen's trying to come forward again.
Watch that. Come on, box.
Joyce trying to put together the combinations. He is a bit more accurate than Jimenez and
Watch
to
your head,
reach
watch
with
your
his
hands, guys, watch
punches.
your hands.
It's getting a bit ragged now. Both men feeling the pace. It's been a good pace for a super heavyweight fight, no doubt
Watch your
about
head.
that.
Keep your head up.
They've thrown a lot of leather, that's for sure. Halfway through, minute or so to go. And credit Jimenez because he looked fairly tired at the end of the second. And he is piling forward.
Yeah, he's having a right go here.
And this is up for grabs. Joyce is going to have to dig down and stand his ground.
Watch your head. Watch your
There's
head.
a slight cut or mark under the left eye and the cheekbone of Jimenez.
Stop.
Slip there, Joyce. And the water in the corner.
Definitely a slip. And Jimenez shouts to his coaches outside by that corner of the ring.
Joyce needs to push on a little bit here and seal the deal in this round, I think. Jimenez had the better of it for the first half. For the last minute or so, should I say.
Yes. And someone needs to
Better
persuade the
from
judges.
Joyce.
Oh, massive punches
Yeah,
from Joyce.
4 punches, great work.
And in close bouts that are up for grabs, where the final round is going to be all important, either work rate or eye-catching punches will be the key.
Both men really feeling the pace here. I'm not surprised because it's been absolutely non-stop for the two of them.
What a great finish. And there goes the bell. A salute to the air from Jimenez, and he is in there with a chance. This could go either way.
Oh yeah. I think neither could argue if it goes to the other. So close.
Thought maybe the bigger punches towards the end of the round came from Joyce, that sort of 3-punch combination that rocked back the head of Jimenez.
That may have sealed it for Joyce. And I hope it has.
This is going to be very tight. Remember, it was level on 2 of the scorecards. And Joyce was clear on the other scorecard.
الفائز بالنقاط في الحلبة.
The winner in ring B by way of points in the red corner, representing Great Britain, Desen Joyce.
Joyce gets it on the scorecards in a tight one with that late flourish, perhaps sealing the deal. And after some frustrations and disappointments earlier on for 3 British boxers, finally Britain has a semi-finalist.
Yeah, delighted for Big Joe Joyce there. I could see the relief on Lee Pullen and Paul Walmsley's face in the corner. They both knew it was close. So he's got a World Championship medal and still in with a chance of getting the gold to qualify.
Yes, gold only will do for qualification for Rio next summer. As we show you some of the action, Joyce comes and salutes some of the fans who have followed him here in Doha, including some of his teammates, of course, who've been cheering him on from ringside. And he takes it in his stride, the big man, and he's into the last 4.
Yeah, big respect to Jimenez.
Absolutely.
But a great effort up. Could have went either way.
Well, it came down to those judges A and B, didn't it? It was a level bout. Both of those judges gave the final round to Joyce, and that was the deciding factor.
Yeah.
And there the fans have been enjoying that 9 minutes of action as we bring you one more bout. 10 or so more minutes of our coverage this evening. On a day where Amir Khan came to town on the back of Manny Pacquiao just a few days ago. What a couple of days it's been in Doha. them with our final bout of the evening in the super heavyweight division. And Tony Yoka, the 23-year-old from France, up against the big Croat, number 2 seed for the tournament, and that is Filip Erovic. And Erovic warmed up in the end. Took him a bit of time to get going in his bout last night, but finally he overcame the plucky Bulgarian Belbarov, and he started to get his right hand working, and he's got a big right hand punch.
Yeah, that right hand's his money punch, and we heard a lot about Erovic before this tournament, so didn't quite live up to my expectations last night, although I was still reasonably impressed with him.
I heard a story, David. Someone told me last night perhaps one of the reasons he was a bit rusty, they went looking for him about sort of half an hour before he was due on to see if he was warming up, make sure he was taped up and gloved up and ready to go. Nobody could find him. And when they went to find him, he'd been in the crowd supporting a fellow Croat boxer earlier on in the night in his gym pants and sweatshirt. So laid back was he. So he might have been a bit rushed getting into the ring.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's probably the explanation. But still, it was a good performance against a rugged opponent from Bulgaria. He's got a different proposition in Yoka there, who started well with the counter jab, sharp from the Frenchman.
Yeah, Yoka had his problems with Ziba Wang through the first part of the opening round last night, and then he started to get the right hand working. His boxing came together. He'll need to be sharper tonight.
Yeah, you can see Erovic straight away looking for that big right hand, lining it up with the jab.
And certainly, I mean, Erovic has got the size and strength and power, but Yoka's fairly athletic, and it's possible he could have the moves to give the Croat a bit of problem tonight.
Yeah, well, you're just seeing there, he's just countered with the sharp jab, which his hand speed may be a telling factor, and he moves his feet well, Yoka, and obviously he's been around a little bit despite him being reasonably young for the super heavyweight division, so yeah, it's an evenly matched one, this. Yeah, good return from Yoka with the straight right hand followed by the left jab, and he's getting his shots off well.
Yeah, he's got the edge and speed here tonight. Good combination round the body, left and right there from Erovic, but there was a cracking straight right to the body from Yoka previously, and he's looking sharp.
He is, he's landing some good clean shots. It's impressive.
Don't hold. Red, stop holding. Stop holding, Red. Right!
British referee in there, Nick Bassi. Nice short counter left hand there from Tony Yoka.
Yeah, he seems to be on form tonight, Yoka. Everything he's trying seems to be landing. Good work from Erovic though, doing everything he can to try and get himself back into this round.
30 seconds to go.
Can Yoka sustain this intensity? He's got to be switched on right the way through. He's got a big man in front of him, threatening him with that big right hand at all times. Can tire a boxer out.
Yes, Erovic is going to keep on coming, and that big right hand will loom larger every minute this bout goes by.
Great boxing again there from Yoka though, and again. That was a great round for Tony Yoka in my book.
He started fast and sharp and well. Did the judges like what they saw? Did they appreciate the speed and countering of Yoka, or the come forward pressure and odd right hand from Erovic? A bit of both. 2 for Yoka, 1 for Erovic. So tight enough after the first, but a mild advantage to the Frenchman. Just needs to keep picking his moments. Yoka maybe fighting little spurts, fast explosive spurts.
Ti budi taj koji završava, dobro? Ajmo. Finta I opet dalje. Lijevi krošej kad ide u lijevo.
Here we go for the second round then. The man from Zagreb representing Croatia in the blue, Filip Ergovic, and the Frenchman Tony Yoka, who was beaten by Ergovic in the World Championship Youth Final some 5 years ago. Looking at the gold and silver medalists from that competition.
So they've come through the ranks together, they obviously know each other. Yoka just beating Ergovic to the punch with his hand speed, but like we said, Ergovic is the bigger of the two, the heavier. He's going to keep coming and it may take its toll physically on Tony Yoka. But good work.
Good jab again from Yoka. Ergovic missed with one of those big right hands just.
Yeah, Ergovic doesn't really move his head. So the jabs landing quite often from Yoka. He just tries to lean away.
Yoka's answering everything. If he's not beating Ergovic to the punch, he's responding and countering. It's a good matchup, this.
Yeah, it's good to watch, and it's good technical boxing from both. Yoka has the edge in the technical department for me. Ergovic is the more powerful of the two.
You sense that Ergovic is just closing the gap, that he's starting to get there.
He's just creeping into it a little bit more, isn't he? And just as you say that, he's walking into another jab from Tony Yoka.
Yeah, and again.
Yeah, that reverse 1-2 works well for Yoka, the right hand followed by the straight left. Near enough every time.
Well, when we watched Ergovic last night, he was pretty much jab right hand all the way through, but the odd occasion he does throw a combination and finish up on the left hook. That's a really good punch for him.
Yeah, he works that left hook well, and he was going to the body a little bit better last night.
Might be a trick to slow down this fleet-footed Frenchman.
Yeah. Great jab again from Yoka.
And Yoka's not having to move. I said fleet-footed, actually. That wouldn't be an accurate description of how he's boxing tonight, because he's not moving too far out of range to then re-find.
Yeah. Ergovic, he's got pretty slow feet. He doesn't really move his feet as a defence. See, he's walking onto big shots because his feet are slow and his head's static, and he's literally relying on his brute strength. And that might be enough for the judges.
Well, I think the eye-catching punches in this last minute have come from Yoka again.
Yeah, again, yeah. Another good round for Yoka for me.
There's a right hand from Ergovic. It looked through the first minute of the round as though he was getting closer, that he was maybe starting to close the gap on Yoka. And Yoka had that good end to the round. This is going to be interesting. Is Ergovic in a bit of trouble on the scorecards? Let's see. Well, all three of the judges gave that to Yoka, so he's cleared by 2 in 2 judges' scorecards. It is level on the other. Ergovic needs a big response.
He does, and it's deserved for Yoka, because he's boxed to orders by the looks of it, and he's kept the game plan and stuck to it against the bigger man, the more imposing man. So he just needs to keep what he's doing in this last round, and he'll be in the semi-finals.
One thing you do sense is that Yoka is having to burst a gut to do this. He's working hard.
Yeah, most definitely. He's on the back foot. He's throwing the more punches. He's using the more energy. Ergovic probably senses now that he needs to win this round.
And Yoka's success has been built on reactions. Ergovic starting to land some heavy punches now. Ergovic, of course, a veteran, I suppose, of the WSBs. Won 20 WSB bouts in total, in each of his last 7 out of 7 as well. So he'll be strong through the last part of this round.
Yeah, this is where he'll come into his own now. Ergovic still isn't quite doing enough for me to dominate the round, although he is on the front foot, and Yoka isn't landing as much as he has been.
Yeah, he's tired, Yoka.
Yeah, he's feeling the pace.
There's a big right hand and a left hook to the body now from Yoka. Listen, if he could dominate this round.
Yoka just needs to get that jab working again, which has been working so well. Followed by his straight right hand. That seems to be the combination which works for Yoka.
Ergovic could dominate a round, a 10-8 round. Remember, that would level things up on the 2 other judges' scorecards, and on the 1 level scorecard, it would take him clear.
Yeah, this is much better from Ergovic. And he knows Yoka's getting tired.
A minute to go. Can Yoka dig deep? Ergovic has put a lot into the first 2 minutes. Strength of Ergovic starting to show.
Thing is, if Yoka goes through, Alex, he's going to have to face another physical one in Joyce. And this is going to take a lot out of him if he does go through. I mean, Ergovic has won this round, no doubt about it. And for me, the first 2 rounds were for Yoka, so it's a 3-round contest. That means Yoka should be the winner in my eyes, but judges may have other opinions.
Yeah, they swing away in the closing seconds. Ergovic looking for the finish, the big score that might just turn things in his way. And a nod of appreciation from Ergovic. Remember, he's the number 2 seed coming into this one. Yoka ranked just inside the top 20. And do we have another upset on our hands on a day of close decisions and 1 or 2 shocks? I don't think Ergovic did enough to score a 10-8 round personally. Enough retaliation from Yoka through the last minute to keep himself in the bout. Let's see how he scored it.
The winner in Ring B by way of points. In the red corner, representing France,
Possibly the biggest win of Tony Yoka's career, his world championship career. And he revenges that youth final defeat to Ergovic from 5 years ago. He's into a semi-final. So what a performance that, David, from Tony Yoka, and through the first 2 rounds he truly deserved it.
Yeah, I thought it was thoroughly deserved. Ergovic obviously showing why he was successful in the WSB. He was come on really strong in round 3, but Ergovic is already qualified for the Olympics, so it's good to see someone go through who's got an opportunity to actually go to the Olympics. You know, if Ergovic would have won the gold, it would have complicated things a little bit, but this is better that Tony Yoka goes through, in my opinion, and he deserved it.
In the other ring, by the way, Bakadir Jalilov, who's on a really good run, the Uzbek. He's only just tilting inside the top 50 in the world rankings. He's beaten Ishesh in the other quarter-final, and Jalilov is through to a semi over Ditchko. Joyce against Yoka. I think that's an interesting one. I think Yoka, if he recovers, will give Joyce, with that movement and athleticism, you give him something to worry about.
Oh, he give Joyce nightmares with that. He really is a slick boxer, Tony Yoka, but what Joyce has got going for him is his strength and his fitness. He's just non-stop, and Yoka will feel that. And when are the semi-finals, Alex?
That's in 2 days' time.
Yeah, so he's got 2 days to recover rather than the one. He'll appreciate that extra day. But yeah, it's opened up nicely, hasn't it? Because we said it was up for grabs, and one of them 4 are going to take the title. And
it is up for grabs. Ditchko, I think, would probably just about be favourite for it on total. Big, tall Kazakh who's got a good jab and a neat boxing style, and he'll be favourite for that super heavyweight. As we're down to the last 4, we'll bring you that in 2 days' time. We're back again, David and myself, again tomorrow evening, where we bring you 10 more bouts. Looking forward to it. We're down to the semi-final stage here in the World Championships. Things are heating up. It's getting exciting. We'll see you again and bring you more coverage from Doha again tomorrow. Bye for now.